So now I have logged into my Azure account now, portal, with my credentials. I'm at the home page now. Now, to create the storage account, you just have to go to your global search and type storage. If you type storage, you get this storage account options. Click on the storage account, okay, and now click on create. Select the subscription. Resource group, you can create a new resource group, or you can even select the Western Europe RG01 here, okay, and give some name. This name should be unique. If you hover the cursor here, see, the name must be unique across all existing storage account names in Azure. It must be 3 to 24 character long and can contain only lowercase letters and numbers. Because I told you, when you create a storage account, that storage account will be accessible or can be accessible using HTTP and HTTPS. That means it is like a website. So there should not be any duplicate website or a duplicate storage account name. That's why your storage account name should be unique. See, my storage, if I give, it won't take. See, already exist. If I give today's date, 10, sorry, 14 10 24, it will take. See, you will get a tick mark here. My storage account, yeah, like this you can create. It will only enable and allow you to add small letters and the numbers. Even if you put capital T, it will not take. See, any character if you put with which is caps, it won't take. And now it is asking, where do you want to create? I want to create it in the Western Europe. And primary service, if you want to have, what kind of, I told you want, Azure blob storage, generation 2, file storage, or other tables and queues, you can select whatever you wanted. In my case, let me select the blob one. Okay, storage gen 2. And primary workload, what you want to store? You want to store the backup, cloud native, all those things are there. So big data analytics, you can select whatever you wanted. If you don't know, you can select the other. Okay, or if you don't want to select that, you can straight away go and Azure files you can create, no problem. Then it will allow you to store your all the files and folders also. So it is depend upon your requirement only. You can select whatever you wanted. If you want a table, you can create the table. If you want Azure, you can create the Azure files. Other, if you want to create the blobs, you can create the blobs, whatever you wanted. Okay, let me select Azure files only. And see, it is asking what kind of redundancy you wanted. If you read this, that the data in your Azure storage account is always replicated to ensure durability and high availability. Choose a replication strategy that matches your durability requirements. Some settings can't be changed after the storage account is created. Means whatever settings you wanted to select, you have to ensure before you do it, because post creation of a storage account, some features may not be able to changed. Then you need to create the storage account again, new one, and move the data to the new storage account. That is a double work. To avoid that, so select, say for example, now I'm here. If I want to select local redundant, if you select local redundant, later you cannot make it geo redundant. That's why it is telling, think properly and decide. So what I will do, I will select zone redundant. That's fine for me. So click on next. It is all about the security, like your, would you like to, your API to, would you like to use your APIs to read the data and write the data? And if would you like to create your access keys, all those things to increase the security. Okay, you can just go with by default. Click on next. Networking, how you want to enable the networking? Would you like to enable access publicly from all the networks? You can click on it. If you don't want public, you can disable it. But here we need to test something, so let me select the public one. Okay, and if you want to see here, there you have an option called endpoints. See, endpoints are nothing but using your private network via public, you can access your data. Means when you try to access the data using internet also, so it will ensure that communication go via private endpoint. Okay, that is this one. But in my case, I don't want to go with that endpoints and all. So let me go to data protection and see this one, enable soft deletion for blobs. This soft deletion means even if you delete the entire data in the data storage account, if you mention 7 days as the soft delete, you can even recover the data within 7 days. And you cannot delete the storage account for 7 days. Only after 7 days you will be able to enable the soft delete. You see here, soft delete enables you to recover your blobs that were previously marked for deletion, including blobs that were overwritten. Soft delete enables you to recover containers that were previously marked as deletion. See here, the soft delete enables you to recover the file shares that were previously marked for deletion. Means any data that you deleted within 7 days, you are able to, if you want, you can able to restore the data. If you don't, if you want to delete some storage account, and if that storage account is enabled for soft delete, you cannot delete the storage account immediately, because the data whatever is there inside that is marked within 7 days. If you want to delete, it is already enabled for the soft delete option. So if the soft delete is already enabled, you cannot delete the storage account unless you complete this number of days. In my, by default it is 7 days. If you keep 10 days, you cannot delete the storage account for 10 days, and you can retrieve the data within 10 days. If you keep 2 days, you can retrieve the data within 2 days, but after 2 days you can delete the storage account also. So by default it is 7 days should be there. So even we can keep it, no problem. Okay, and there is an option called point in time restoration for containers. So if you enable this one, whenever you do any kind of operations, so it will make the timestamp also, and you can restore the data for that particular time. Say for example, you created one file 10:30 p.m. today. So it will just maintain the timestamp also, and you don't want to restore the data for any of the previous time. You can select that particular time, 10:30 p.m. today. Okay, 10:30 a.m. early morning you made the changes, and within that time you can go ahead and you can restore the data. That is called as point in time restoration. You can read it. Use the point in time restore to restore one or more containers to an earlier state. If point in time restore is enabled, the versioning change feed and the blob soft delete must also be enabled. That's what. Okay, whatever I explained. When you click this one, enable, you need to enable the soft delete. By default got enabled, and versioning and this two things should be enabled. Okay, then click on next option. Encryption. What level of encryption you wanted, how good security you would like to have. You can select whatever you want. Customer managed means Microsoft managed you wanted, or you wanted the customer managed. It is always better to have the Microsoft managed one, because we might lose the we might forget the sometimes the keys and all, right? It is very difficult to manage ourselves. It is always better to have Microsoft. Okay, and then just go with this enable support for customer managed keys. When you enable this one, you can enable these options and all, but we don't need to enable that one for now. Okay, click on next. It will go to the tags. You can define the tags, like what is the storage account, who's using, which application is used. All those information can be available in the tags. So click on review and then create. It won't take much time. It will take lesser time only. Now click on create, and within no much time your account will be created. Storage account will be created. Let us wait for this to complete. See, the deployment is in progress. See here, your deployment is completed. Go to resource. If you click on go to resource, it will directly take you to the storage account. And if you see here, my storage account name is, let me go to the home page, go to storage account, and you see here, this is my storage account. My storage account name is like my storage account 14.10.24, and it's a storage account version 2. See here, storage account version 2, and it is created in Western Europe. Okay, so if you open this storage account, click on storage account option, you see all the information here, which is the region, subscription, okay, and what kind of performance, provision state, date of creation, everything will get. And you can even open in the Explorer also, and you will get a link also here. Then you go here, there you can see the activity logs, tags, all these things actually. And here you will get this data storage options. If you go to the data storage options, you see your containers are here. If you create a container, say for example, let me create a container now here. Container 01. Sorry. Container 01. What is the purpose? Private access or whatever a purpose is there, you can just select that. Select from the existing scopes, encryption, that's fine. Enable versioning, if you want that option, tracking and all, point in time restoration, you can create, otherwise that's okay. Now I have created my container 1. Here you can load the data. Let me load some data here. Okay, let me put this picture there, upload. Now if I open this one, you see here that URL will be there. Copy that URL, and if you just paste this URL here, you see here my storage account, and it's a blob. If you remember, it's a blob.core.windows.net. Under that, this is a container 01, and this is a image. If you open this, you will be able to access this image, because I have not given the access, that is why it is telling. Okay, see, the XML file does not appear to have a style information associated with it, but you will be able to, in the real time environment, you will be able to access it. That page will be opened. So we can even correct that now. So there is an option called SAS, shared access signature. So this one is very useful when you want to give access to some particular team. Say for example, some auditing is going on, and you want to give all your auditing related documents access to the auditing team. That time you can come here and you can define starting from which date and what time, till which date, till what time the auditor's team can access the data. You define that and generate the token here. You can generate the key, maybe key 1, key 2, and click on this, generate the SAS and the connection string. So you will get both the connection string and the SAS token. Share the SAS token and the connection string. They will be able to access this container or the storage account and the data in it for this certain defined time interval. That is called as storage access signature, or SAS token we call it as. So these are all the couple of things that you should be aware of with respect to the storage account. So now you learnt what is storage account, how many storage types of storage accounts you have, how to create the storage account, and what are all the different things comes under the storage account, and how to access the storage account, how to change anonymous access, all those things, and along with the storage access signature token. Okay, I think with this we are done with the storage account as well. Let me stop the recording and then I'll take the questions.